It looks completely harmless, but it's one of the most powerful tools science has ever known.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best innovations of the century so far.
Is it the future of money, or is it just a bubble?
For this list, we'll be looking at the biggest leaps and bounds the world has made in technology since the start of the 21st century. What's been your favorite innovative technology of this century so far? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Smartphones. Once upon a time, the main function of cell phones was to make phone calls. Then in the mid-aughts, the smartphone was born and the world changed forever.
In just over a decade of existence, smartphones have changed the world while becoming the world's best-selling consumer device.
The idea of having access to all things internet-related in your pocket revolutionized the way the world interacts with technology. The use of these devices helped spawn the gig economy, the proliferation of GPS usage, video calls, and countless other mobile applications we enjoy every day.
Now, roughly 80% of American adults own a smartphone. Think about how much of your day is dependent on that device. How you travel, the games you play, the media you consume, how you share your life with others, what you buy, and how you pay for it.
With less than 2 decades under its belt, we're amazed at how far they've come in such a short time.
Did you ever think smartphones would get to this point?
No, I definitely would never have thought that I would need my phone so much. And need is the key word.
Number 9. Drones. Thanks to the advancement of propulsion technology, unmanned aerial vehicles, aka drones, have become a huge part of the world around us.
The ability to move something in three-dimensional space, to go and monitor something. It could be monitoring wildlife, it could be monitoring forests. People are trying to use these flying machines to inspect bridges or whatever other object you need to move to hard-to-reach places with a flying machine can just do it on its own.
The advancement of VTOL, or vertical takeoff and landing technology, allowed for drones to become more readily available to the consumer market. This has led to an onslaught of personal-sized flying devices that anyone can now buy and fly with little training.
And in the military, the application of drones has allowed armed forces to spy, increase their situational awareness, gain tactical advantages on the battlefield, and even shoot at targets.
It's also had a huge effect on the world of aerial photography and even filmmaking. Companies like Amazon are now experimenting with drones to deliver their packages. But the most exciting side effect of this new technology is that it's being used to build prototypes of actual flying cars. Could we finally catch up to Doc's flying DeLorean?
Here's our exit!
Number 8. Virtual and augmented reality.
I want to learn what you guys do in here.
Pretty much everything that you would do in the real world.
Stories like Ready Player One have imagined just how immersive virtual reality could one day be. Although VR isn't quite there yet, it is getting there, and so is augmented reality.
I've got my drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Through the use of devices like Microsoft's HoloLens or Facebook's Oculus headsets, we're seeing entirely new worlds being created through the use of this technology.
Its $3,500 price tag is geared to businesses rather than everyday consumers. That cost brings significant advances. One of the main criticisms of the HoloLens 1 was its limited field of view. The HoloLens 2 more than doubles it.
It's changing the way we play and learn, the way physical therapy is conducted, and even how the military engages with the enemy. As the technology continues to evolve, it won't be long before we have something close to our own holodecks. Number 7. Capsule endoscopy. The use of miniature cameras for endoscopic procedures is in itself a pretty cool use of technology in the medical field.
Capsule endoscopy allows physicians to see where their traditional endoscopes cannot easily access.
However, one limitation of the camera-on-a-wire tech has been how far inside a human it can go. Capsule endoscopy uses what's known as a pill cam, a small device with an image sensor and LEDs that a patient can swallow.
I think this is a real game changer for diagnosis in the gastrointestinal tract. It's relatively inexpensive, it's very convenient, doesn't require sedation, can be done in just a few minutes, and provides comprehensive microscopic images of the entire GI tract.
The device can then travel through the entire intestinal system and provide doctors with invaluable information about what's going on inside.
This is an example of images that we would see with the small bowel capsule. This is a patient who had GI bleeding. and has a number of ulcers found throughout her entire small intestine.
This has revolutionized the way physicians analyze and diagnose many digestive irregularities in patients. Number 6, 3D printing. We may not be able to just walk up to a machine and say,
Tea Earl Grey, hot.
But thanks to 3D printing, we are getting closer. Although it was first created in the 1980s, it's only been more recently that the technology has become widely available. These modern-day printers are changing how we produce all kinds of materials.
You can pretty much design and print anything you like, including a new microphone.
Originally used for mechanical part replacements, 3D printing is now being used to create clothing, food, and even medical devices. As the process evolves, we could one day see a world where Star Trek's replicators are a reality.
The 3D printing industry is expanding rapidly and growing ever faster and more efficient. But it will be some time before we see the promised improvements like shorter supply chains, reductions in overproduction, the elimination of warehouses for spare parts, and the use of recyclable materials in closed-loop systems.
Number 5, blockchain. The introduction of Bitcoin in 2008 also gave birth to the use of blockchain. The blocks are merely pieces of data or records, much like a ledger.
Unlike a conventional database, a blockchain is replicated on all users' computers across a distributed network. A series of encrypted data blocks are arranged in a sequential chain, a blockchain.
What makes it so revolutionary is how each block in the chain further reinforces the validity of the previous blocks. That means that no block in the chain can ever be altered without breaking the entire set of data.
Cryptocurrencies are backed by nothing but the underlying technology and people's belief in it.
The use of this technology has spawned the entire cryptocurrency market. It's also being leveraged in games, supply chain management, and countless other industries because of its reliability and decentralized nature.
Users can earn interest when they loan their assets. They can also borrow other cryptocurrencies by using their current funds as collateral.
Number 4, online streaming services. When Netflix started to make their DVD catalog available online for streaming in 2007, no one ever thought it would be as transformative as it has been. It then followed up with its first original content, the show House of Cards.
With Kevin Spacey starring and David Fincher directing, it also showed that Netflix could attract top Hollywood talent to work on a web TV series.
These paved the way to a world where online content would rival that of the traditional cable and broadcast networks.
But as content providers like HBO, Showtime, and CBS begin to offer streaming subscriptions, you have fewer reasons to be tied to your cable box.
This happened just as YouTube was also becoming a major player in online video. Not only did the delivery method change, but the idea of binge watching and on-demand video quickly eclipsed the desire to watch scheduled programming.
You simply click and watch what you want, whenever you want, wherever you like.
Streaming services fundamentally changed the way the world consumes media, arguably for the better.
There's a tendency to be so ingrained in an industry that you don't see the potential for innovation, for improvement. Right now, Hollywood is in the throes of a very kind of fast and furious reaction to what's clearly been embraced by consumers about the Netflix model.
Number 3, social media.
Everybody desires to be famous.
Facebook famous.
Instagram famous. The most popular person on YouTube.
When someone says the term social media, depending on how old you are, you might think of Facebook, Snapchat, or even TikTok.
It's such popcorn entertainment that you can consume really quickly. You know, you just keep scrolling and you see the next video, and it's just 15 seconds each. And on the other hand, by using their artificial intelligence targeting, they can get you the content that you're most interested in watching and seeing.
The ability to share aspects of your life online predates any of those apps. But the way we interact with each other was fundamentally changed when Facebook appeared. Now, the idea of posting photos, videos, and updates about your life online is just another part of our day.
Most of us are spending time every day with our friends online and sharing our lives with people across the world.
It also led to an entire generation of influencers who use these platforms not only to make a living, but to share business and product details in a way we never conceived of before.
Like, even our dad said to us, is this actually work? And I was like, Dad, if
we know we're traveling around the world, having a blast, having so much fun,
if we're making it look easy, then that's a good thing.
Number 2, gene editing. If we say the word CRISPR, you may be thinking of that drawer in the fridge that holds your vegetables. It's also the name of a method by which scientists can modify the genetic makeup of an organism.
The CRISPR method is based on a natural system used by bacteria to protect themselves from infection by viruses. When the bacterium detects the presence of virus DNA, it produces two types of short RNA, one of which contains a sequence that matches that of the invading virus.
Gene editing has been around for a long time, but it's only been in recent years that it's become so much easier. Emerging technologies have given scientists hope of being able to cure diseases and combat various types of cancer.
So many people may not realize that the era of human genome editing, that is the era where we are purposefully making changes to the DNA sequence of human patients who are then better off as a result of those changes, that era is here.
The ability to alter the human genome does present exciting possibilities, but also has stirred controversies around the ethics of doing so.
We're taking DNA-based evolution to our own hands, if you want to put a fine point on it, but I think it's all part of cultural and technological evolution.
Only time will tell how far this technology will go. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Multi-use rockets. SpaceX's multi-use rockets bring new potential for space exploration. Online shopping/e-commerce. Online retailers have replaced many brick-and-mortar shops.
Shopping is going through a radical shift right now, and the pandemic has sped it up. Retailers have been forced to adapt and innovate.
Retinal implants. Bionic vision is closer than you might think.
The implant is made of tiny pixels that convert light into electrical current.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Artificial intelligence. Today, you can ask Siri or Alexa a plethora of questions and get answers.
Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest?
Mount Everest's height is 29,029 feet, 8,848 meters.
How can it know so much? It's so small.
You can even get in a Tesla and let it drive you to your destination. How are these things possible? They're all variations of artificial intelligence, or AI. The last 20 years have seen a surge in AI development in many different ways. From finding out what videos we might want to watch, to foods we may enjoy, to even people who share our interests, the development of AI has shown us how computers can be taught to think more and more like a human being.
Cars and planes are operating by themselves. Robots are doing fine detail work and responding to our every move. They're entering the service sector, displacing fast food workers and baristas.
In 5 to 10 years' time, robotics is going to disappear from our awareness because it is going to be what all of our smart products have.
As technology evolves, we may find ourselves amongst computers that are far more intelligent than us.
Artificial intelligence is changing our lives. But what can it really do? What will change? And what will remain science fiction?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.